Hello, my dear sweet Libras. You are going to be enjoying Saturn in your fourth house. I'm Jamie Dawn, your professional psychic advisor, and I want to offer you a little bit of information that you can work with in the next 2.5 years while Saturn is sitting here. And it's not the easiest placement when Saturn is in the unconscious level, because it does cause a feeling of restriction around our own sense of security and our own sense of validation that we matter. And so with it sitting in your fourth house, Libra, you may be struggling with the idea that you're enough and that you're not necessarily looking at your environment as a validation of your meaning. And so your inner security, your emotional well-being is going to be based on what you cultivate internally for yourself. So Libras, you're probably going to be looking for some real stability in your home life, some real stability in family, and that sense of belonging. And it may start with knowing that you belong here in your own body, in your own world. And then your environment and your home life and that sense of outward appearance starts to reflect that. So Libra, the challenge with Saturn sitting here is going to be knowing your own self-worth and knowing that your security lies within yourself. And then you come from that internal security and you build your outward structure. So you may find that with Saturn sitting here, you're going to even redecorate your home. It could go that literal. It may be that you're redecorating your relationships or even who you consider to be your family. You may also find that your sense of patriotism, your sense of country and belonging to a particular place that gives you great pride is changing. And you're making these changes because you need it to reflect where your inner security lies. Also, you may find that your psychic nature, your intuitive nature is strengthened when you are trusting your own inner guidance system. So Saturn sitting here in this house of home for you is a returning home to your own intuitive nature. So please, Libras, trust your intuition, test it, and when you're asking for those signs, pay attention to them and don't dismiss them. Because Saturn is going to give you opportunities to keep practicing it so that you can put your intuitive body into form, which can create more security and strengthen your knowing. So Libras, you may find that gut instinct, that we call it that intuition or that sixth sense, is really strengthened over the next 2.5 years. But remember, one way that we get that strength and one way we get that confirmation or build the trust is through practice. So yes, you're going to be faced with practicing trusting your intuition, and that may mean that you have to stand alone on some things. So I offer this to you. Be willing to take a little bit of risk, which is the higher level of Saturn, because Saturn can be fearful, So you're going to be asked to take a little bit of risk, climb to that next level by trusting your intuition. That means it may go against all logical sense, that everybody around you may be going, I don't know why you're doing this. It doesn't make sense. That's not practical, or it doesn't, it doesn't line up with what I think you should do. I'm going to offer, try it. Do it anyways. If your intuition is telling you that I just have to do it and I can't explain why, trust it and see how it lines up for you. And this, I feel, will help to build a greater sense of nurturing for yourself. You will find too that as you continue to build that inner intuition, that you will not have to mother other people as much. You'll nurture them, but you won't have to parent them, because that's one thing that this Saturn sitting in the fourth house could bring out in you. Is you may just attract some relationships and some people that you feel you have to mother, and you could disempower them and you could create a codependency. So be very cautious, Libras, with that. One last thing I will leave with you is this. just know that when you need to take time for yourself to nurture yourself, self-care is going to be really important with Saturn sitting in this fourth house. So keep returning home, okay? Come back to not just yourself, but also what makes you feel nurtured. That's one way that you can use this Saturn sitting in the fourth house for your benefit. All right, Libras, till next time, you can find me at jamiedon.com. Take care.